The last thing you want to do is have a child by a broke, bum, dusty, become a single mom, and then have to go back into the dating world and explaining why you had a kid with a dusty, broke. You know how embarrassing that is? You know how much stress it is to bring a new person into your life or even try dating when you have a kid? Especially with a piece of shit. No, I can't go on a date. I can't hang out with you because I'm a full-time mother. You know how embarrassing it is to try to get somebody better than your baby daddy, but you literally let a bum impregnate you? I don't even deserve the better man. I picked the worst of the worst out of my whole entire life of 28 years living on this goddamn planet. My baby daddy was the worst man I ever been with. Don't have kids with that man, girl. It's embarrassing. And at the end of the day, it's my fault. That's the gag. It's my fault. You dumb. Good thing I don't mind being single. It's lit being single. And I don't mean single like going and dibbling dabbling. I mean single saying to myself, laying in the bed that I made. But don't, if you're thinking about having kids with him, at least make sure he got money. And also, my baby daddy has up my mental so bad. I can't trust a man. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. The PTSD is so bad. If I was to trust a man, I'd feel like the dumbest bitch here. Like, I can't get played again. If I get played again, if I get cheated on, if I get anything happen to me, I'm gonna flip the fault. So, I just stay single. But yeah, don't get pregnant.
You try to help me understand. Am I a bitter baby mom or what? I don't want my baby father bringing his girlfriend to our kid's birthday party. I just don't. We're not a unit. If that was your wife, that's different. If we were a unit, that's different, but we're not. We really don't know each other. We met each other twice. What the f you coming to a birthday party for? To say, hey, you ain't ensure that he did nothing for Christmas. You don't make sure that he come down here every other event or every other holiday. You don't. You make sure that he take care of you and your kids. So what the f you coming to my kid's birthday party for? Then it's at a water park. What the f to do? Supervise and make shit weird? So now we gotta act like, sir, yes, sir? No, we trying to have a good ass time. We trying to kiki and laugh. We don't need a supervisor to be sitting there staring, making shit weird on my kid's birthday. A birthday that I planned.
So I need to know, like, what is everybody doing for work? Because I'm a single mom. My mom is also, she's been a single mom to my little sister now for quite some time. So we're both single moms who moved in together to try to like cut bills in half and just make things easier. But like when I tell you guys, like, we still are barely getting by. Like, we still are having a hard time making ends meet. So, and like eventually we would like to each go get our own apartment, me with my daughter, her with my little sister, but that seems like almost impossible. Where I live in Arizona, they want you to make 2.5 to 3 times how much the rent is, and for a 2-bedroom, like 2-bath apartment, they want you to make over $4,500 to be able to qualify for an apartment. $4,500 a month right now, one person, a single mom. I don't know. Like, how are you guys doing it? How is everybody living?
Obviously, I want to be with a man who's more successful than me, right? And so what I realize is I'm like, damn, these men who are super successful, they have unlimited options. Whereas me as a successful woman, my dating pool is like tiny. Do you feel that as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the more successful you get as a woman, the less options you have.
Right. Whereas for them, it's vice versa. Yeah.
For them, it's more options.
I know.
Guys don't feel the need to be taken care of. They like to take care of you, so then they can literally take care of anyone. The more successful they get, they don't care if you're a waiter, like they don't care if you like teach or what you are. They just are like, okay, well, if you're the right one, like it kind of is a little up. Men have so much more options than women.
You guys are so very close to figuring it out, but y'all just don't want the answer.
Men crave peace. Men just want everyone to be happy. They crave peace. They really do. They don't know how to deal with a lot of conflict and drama, as we talked about earlier. They don't like it. I don't like it either, but men really will just shy away from it. And so they'll avoid you. They'll avoid you if they think you're being too stressed out. But this will help you understand, oh, okay, this is natural. This is normal. I'm going through it. And then you'll have a way to talk to him about it. On your terms, right? That's the thing, on your terms. You don't have to wait for him.
Request, why does he ignore me? Actually, the request was, why does my provider man ignore me? But I'm just going to put it in general. Why men ignore women. Okay? So, why do men ignore women? Why do they ignore me? They say they love me, they pay for stuff, they give me money, but then they ignore me. They're not ignoring you. Okay, let me say that again for the people in the back. They are not ignoring you. They're living life. You are sitting there waiting on them to pay attention to you. You know, that thing called life? They're doing things, working, watching Netflix, taking a shower, sleeping, doing research, eating, visiting family members. Okay? They're not ignoring you. They're busy, baby. Get some business too so you can be busy. If you feel like a man is ignoring you, it's because you don't have a life, darling. And they do. So, time to get a life. Men are not like women unless they are very insecure. Men don't need a lot of attention and presence to feel like they're loved. Okay? They don't need you to be all up under them all the time. They don't need you to know where they are every second of the day. They don't need to be in communication with you 24/7. Okay? That's not what men do. But some strange reason, women feel like they're supposed to be attached at the hip, at the phone, in the mind, and be one person. As soon as they go on date 2 or 3. And that's where y'all mess it up.
I had a phone call last night with a guy from an app from Bumble, and we'd only exchanged a couple messages. He's like, do you want to hop on a call? I was like, sure, we can hop on a call. And we start talking very quickly. Like within 2 minutes, we start going into our stories because he has 3 kids. I have 1 kid. He was asking me if I'm divorced. And I was like, well, I actually didn't marry my son's father. I was married once previously. And I'm kind of like going into my story. And I know I talk fast. I wasn't even talking this fast. This is extreme. This is like TikTok fast. But I was just sharing my story. And then in the middle of it, he cuts me off and he's like, whoa, Lauren, take a breath. Take a breath. And I stopped talking and I was like, okay, I'm breathing. I took a breath. And he's like, take another breath. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I'll take another breath. Breathing is important to do. Do you want me to keep talking, or am I allowed to continue now? Do you not want me to talk as much? Do you not want me to talk as fast? It just felt so condescending and rude. I don't like when I don't like when anyone tells me what to do, but especially don't like when a man that I don't even know, within 2 seconds of the phone call being like, take a breath. Then he kept saying, so do you want to go on a date with me? Should we go on a date? Will you go on a date with me? Absolutely not.
There was a woman in the comments that had to explain this very simple concept to her. It seems like you're talking so fast that you're not really taking a beat. He didn't mean to disrespect you. He just meant to say, hey, Like, relax. We're talking about it. We're discussing. Maybe there's some time that I want to interject. You don't have to overdo it. But of course, with modern women, everything is offensive to them.
Thoughts on when a guy ignores you for days after a fight, then comes back like nothing happened? You're allowing that, Erica. You should be like, I wasn't done. I'm glad you're back. I wasn't done fighting. While you were gone, I made a list. Here it is. Let's start from the top. Where were we? Hit him with it again. Double down. Y'all, now you've just given me time to think. I'm glad you gave me space, because now I had time to really think about this and make a list. You don't even want to see my notes app. It's bloody in there. You shouldn't be giving me too much time to think. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. All right? Maybe he'll learn his lesson next time. Hash it out and get it over with.
I'm confused. Is this gladiator or is this a relationship? Stop taking stupid advice.
Okay, this is hypothetically speaking, because for one, I'm not approaching a man.
Hypothetically.
Because that's sassy. If a man wants me, he needs to come court me properly. But hypothetically, if I seen this guy and I wanted him, I would send him a drink.
Okay. All right. Send him a drink. He grabs a drink. Oh, thank you. What next?
At that point, he need to come to me.
All right. So
I
it's
just
a
sent you
done
a
deal
drink,
from there.
so it's like, cause I already opened the window to let you know, hey, I see you.
Let's reverse it. He sends you a drink. How does, what next? Does he need to approach you, or are you accepting a drink, or what? You're attracted to him. He sends you a drink. Is that strong enough for you?
If he sends me a drink, I would either one or two things, depending on the vibe and how he looking. If I really feel like, dang, I want him, then I may go over and thank him for the drink, or I may send a drink back. Okay. Either or. I'll ask the bartender or whoever, what is he drinking? Give him one on me. Something like that. So I'll either send one back, because then at that point, he's even going to come over to me, because he going to feel it like, damn, she sent me a drink back. Okay. All right. Or I'm going to come over and thank him for the drink or something like that.
Okay, cool.
It's just a different form of communication, a different type of an invitation. It's sort of like inviting somebody over to dinner and they spend the entire evening making fun of you. That's what modern women do. Oh, I'm just going to take this drink and he ain't even going to get to talk to me. He's trash. He's medium ugly. He's a terrible person. You're laughing in that man's face and being rude and wondering why he doesn't want to approach or send you anything.
I feel like when guys are like, oh, I don't know how to talk to this girl, it's like, well, just talk to her like she's a person.
Pretend she's a guy, like a person.
Say normal things.
Just pretend that they're people. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
maybe you'll realize that we are just normal people, just doing normal things, having regular conversations.
Yeah, just like
you, but maybe better.
Don't ask me to ride a mug if you ain't gonna fuck. Please fuck. Okay? I'm in my 30s, almost 40. Okay? I'm not gonna be up here that long. Okay? Fuck, I'm getting down.
If you want a man to be interested in you, I have one piece of advice. By the way, I'm Haley. I'm a girly pop obsessed with relationships and finances and woo-woo, and really just empowering women to step into our divine fit. Men are seriously so simple. If you want a man to be obsessed with you, be obsessed with yourself. Not in like an egotistical, I'm all that, I'm the kind of way, but in a way that's just like, I'm a good human that is pursuing these goals, that wants to do these things, that is going to prioritize myself. I'm going to prioritize my friends. I'm going to prioritize my family. I'm going to prioritize philanthropy and giving back to the world. And if you just prioritize yourself, what it is that brings you joy, what it is that brings you happiness, you will be amazed at the amount of men that either the quality of men that come into your life and or the amount of men that come into your life. Almost to a point that maybe it's exhausting. So actually, maybe don't even try this unless you're serious about...
I was babysitting a 2-year-old and he turns to me and goes, "Are you gonna have a baby?" And I said, "No, what makes you think that?" And he said, "Because you have big boobs." And I said, "Oh, well, sometimes women have boobs and they're not gonna have a baby." And he said, "Not my mommy."
When you have given the best version of yourself, the best that you can be to somebody, and they take that, ball it up, throw it in the trash, spit on, and take on you. It's been 3 years. I still find myself crying, wanting to know why. Why don't you want, or why didn't you want a family with me? I know, I'm not going to say go to therapy, girl, and talk. I have been doing the work, but I still find myself wanting that question to be answered. And honestly, I know that it does not mean anything because the person treated me so badly that there is no going back. Like, there's no going back. And it also eats up at me because I've always wanted my own family, and I can't even go back if I wanted to because that would be crazy for me to do that. But I still want to know why. When you have given the best version of yourself, the best that you can be to somebody, and they take that, ball it up, throw it in the trash, spit on, and take a on you, it just does something to you. It that. And I don't like talking about it because I just feel like this person still watches things that I do. And I don't want them to know that they still have this over me. You left me for something that was half of me. You left me for something that, funny enough, is similar to me kind of visually. Like, she don't look like me, but like the aesthetics are there, honey. But I get triggered by that because I'm just like, you had it perfect with me. You had it perfect. And you go choose someone else that is a lower quality grade of me. And I don't care. I'm gonna talk my shit. She also has 3 kids of her own. You leave your own blood to go play dad to somebody else's man's children. It's still, y'all. Now, it's not an everyday thing. It's not just on this all day, every. A lot of times, it only really comes back when I'm going through it, when I'm really in my single mom struggle. Currently, I've been forced to return back to office, and it's so hard. It's been very hard for me to do this, and I've had this career for almost 10 years. I want to quit. I finally reached making 6 figures. Finally reached it, right? And I want to quit. I want to take a pay cut. I want to make $40,000 so that I can stay home with my daughter, because trying to make this little money, trying to have this little lifestyle that I have, parts of me feel like it's not worth it. And it's so hard. And when I'm feeling the difficultiness of being a single mother, that's when this really comes back and haunts me. That's when I really feel like, how could you leave us? How could you do this to me? When I need you, you're not there for me. And I don't want to cry on camera this time, but this is one of the toughest things for me as a single mom. Just trying to get out of my head and stop trying to understand the complexities of someone who is mentally disturbed and traumatized and likes to hurt people. And trying to understand that person's brain, because that's who I am. I'm a why type of girl. I want to know why. Why did you me over? Why you play these games with me? Why you do this you did? Why you do that to me? Why you cheat on me? Why you take from me? Why you steal from me? Why you lie to me? Why you leave me when I know I'm that I know it. So I just want to keep it real with y'all. I know y'all see my vlogs. I know you see my content. And I make my content to focus on putting yourself first and not worry about no low ass, grimy ass, low vibrational ass, confused ass, to keep your shape. I'm a real person and I have real feelings and I'm still dealing with them every day. So, yeah. Bye, y'all.
I watched some of your other videos and I don't want to condone you say he cheated, right? But what would make him leave one situation that you say is nearly identical to another one and say, you know what, I'm going to write it out in this situation? Once again, he might be a dirtbag, but in these situations, I get kind of curious.
I promise. Ain't no way. After a long day, and my days be long, I know I might be more active than the regular person. I'm always on my feet. Some days I don't get to sit down till like 7 p.m., except when I'm driving, like right now. I be on my feet all day and moving and ripping and running and doing stuff. And I just don't understand how nobody else be like so beat up by the time 7 p.m. comes around and I still have to make dinner. I still have to do homework with the kids. I still have to take the dog out. I still have to do bath time. I still have so much to do. At that point, I'm just like, I just want to get in bed so I can just relax and sleep and pass out. And then you want me to get in bed and perform all kinds of things and please someone? Like, that's work. I don't know. Am I looking at it wrong? Because you, as a good woman, you want to take care of your man. I don't have it in me. I don't have the capacity. I don't have the energy. I'm dead at that point. I'm dead. I can't do nothing else. Like, how? I know I'm not the only single mom that has their kids 100% of the time. There's other single moms, and I'm speaking to you. And not the married ones that have a husband in the house. Not the single moms that have half and half with the dad. The single moms like me that have their kids 100% of the time and that do everything. How do y'all date? Ain't no way. There's no way. It's just no room. It's just no energy for it. It's just way too exhausting to even think about having to do something for an additional person. And that's why I'm single, because I'd much rather go in bed, close my eyes and pass out than having to suck a dick. Sorry, I just need to wait till I'm an empty nester. Maybe then I will have energy again. I don't got it in me, sorry. I need to sleep. I need my sleep so that tomorrow I can do it all over again. I had this problem in my last relationship, and that's really what made me understand and realize that I cannot be in one right now, because the relationship with my kids, raising them, being there with them the way that I am is more important to me. The relationship with myself, my alone time, my self-care habits and things that I do on my own are more important than a man. My creative time, my music, me still pursuing that is more important to me than a man. I would have to make sacrifices to be able to date with those things. Moral of the story is I'm only going to be willing to make those sacrifices in those areas for someone that is just absolutely, incredibly, outrageously amazing. So that's where I'm at with it. Unless somebody could fit into my world perfectly, I can't fit into no one else's. I already got a lot going on. A lot. Single moms that have their kids full time, let me hear from you. How do y'all do it?
So you're telling me you want a man to take your honey-do list, do it how you want it, when you want it, wherever you want it, to your exact specifications, and report back to you? You want a man to work all day but still have time for you, listen to you 3 to 5 hours each and every day? You want a man to pay all your bills, take you on vacation? You want a man not to complain about anything, and any type of free time that he has should be dedicated to you and anything else that you would want him to do. And you want him to be happy about all that. Wonder how he would feel.
Can we just be honest about how detrimental it is to the child when you have a mom who is so bitter that she ends up keeping the child away from the father? And you think, typically in those situations, they think, okay, I'm not going to let you see your child. That's going to hurt him down to the core, because that's just the way to get to them. You know, they have emotions tied to their child. So you think, oh, you can't see your child. But the amount of damage that does to that kid, you rob them of that experience. You rob them of that relationship. And then a lot of times when they're so bitter, sometimes they won't even tell the child about their experience, shape the child's opinion of their father. And now the child don't want to be around them either. And then they get older and they get to know their father and they realize, oh wait, you wasn't all that my mother said. She told me what her experience was. You're actually a nice individual. And then in turn, now the child has some type of anger towards the mother, because it's like, dang, I really missed out on that relationship because you were mad. It is so detrimental to the child to keep them away from the other parent because you are bitter.
I am a broke single mom living with her baby daddy still because I have no job and I am a full-time student. Well, part-time. I am a full-time mom. Guys, I've been applying everywhere and no one has called me back. I don't know why it's so hard for me to get a job, but it's not easy staying here in the same house as my baby daddy. He is hostile as fuck. One day he loves me and he wants to get back with me, and the next day he hates my guts and he's being meanest to me and treats me like shit. Honestly, guys, we were back together, but he didn't let me go through his phone. So I gave him an ultimatum. I was like, let me go through your phone or you're gonna be single in the next 2 minutes. And he didn't let me. He kept yapping his mouth, telling me why I needed to go through his phone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but guilty, get the fuck out of my face and you're single. Like, I'm not playing around with you anymore. I do not have time and I do not have patience. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna start door dashing. So I'm gonna start doing DoorDash content because I need some money. TikTok is not fitting it for me anymore. And I'm also gonna start doing my old content because low-key those were giving me fat checks every month. And let me not start on how they scam me with my car that I just bought. Anyways, please repost.
I don't need no man. I'm strong. I'm independent. I'm a single mom. Hear me roar. But do you think that I could stay here for a few more months until I get strong enough to be my fullest, strongest boss babe self?
Disclaimer, I am not saying that I'm attractive. I am an average looking woman, so do not come for me before saying anything, please. Why can't we praise medium ugly women the same way we praise medium ugly or hideous men? And this is why men have such high egos, because you could take the middest, ugliest man in the world and make an edit of him, and all of a sudden he's on everyone's hear me out cake. But when you take a woman that is slightly not as attractive, such as the girl from You, and they play these big movie roles or they're the star of something, they immediately get bullied. Because apparently it's not normal to see an average woman playing a show or a movie. You have to be a model just to star in something as a girl. An example of a medium ugly man is Jeremy Allen White. Don't get me wrong, I find him attractive too, but we put them on a pedestal. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? But for women, it's always like, oh, Megan Fox, Adriana Lima, you have to be hot just to get an edit. And it's like, if you can make Jeremy Allen White look hot just by an edit, what makes you think you can't make someone who's an average woman hot as fuck? And it sucks that society is just annoying with this, because it's clear that women are held to higher standards, but if we break that by not putting medium ugly or ugly men on a pedestal, then like, I think we'll see the beauty in everyone, because at that point it's equal.
Well, a lot of you guys wear a lot of makeup, so beauty is a saturated field. Whereas for a dude, he just is. That's what he's working with. So y'all get 30, 40, 50 coming into the knowledge of who you are. And a man been like, I've been had to know that since I was in my teens. You know, this is what I was given. These are the cards that I was dealt. This is the hand that I've had to play. But y'all keep on putting on makeup left and right and other things to make yourselves feel good. Do whatever you want. But y'all put yourselves in that position.
Let me put y'all on a game real quick, right? I hate this kind of female, right? This kind of mentality. She'll see a fine ass in a movie or a show, and you know, she'll say some shit like, oh, he looks so good, he looks so fine, the things I let him do to me. But let you follow you a female rapper on Instagram, Nick cooked, you're blocked, you're done, you're getting removed, you're cut off. What kind of you will never like any of her pictures, but you just like her music? What kind of stupid shit wrong with you? How you gonna get mad at that for following a female rapper, but you over here talking about, oh my god, he looks so good. He looks so good. What, you think I'm dumb?
Oh, also, for anyone who is following along and wants to know how my love life is going to unfold and who's going to be my husband, I think a new player has officially entered the game. This also could play along the lines of the whole, like, little butterfly effect, because if the first man that came to help fix my tire wouldn't have convinced me to try to air it up first rather than just change it like I originally wanted to, then I never would have met the second man. And the second man definitely caught my eye and caught my attention. Now, I go to a relatively big church. I've been going there for over 1.5 years and I've met neither of these men. So I don't know if I will ever see either of them again or not. And I don't know anything about the second man anyway, but I do know his name and that he goes to my church. So more than likely he is an actual man of God, which is more than I know about the gym guy. So who knows? Because it doesn't matter, because I'm not allowed to initiate anything with anyone anyway. And my future husband's going to do that. So yeah, I'm just, there might be 2 potentials in my life right now, which is more than we had, you know, a couple weeks ago. So, yeah.
So do these guys know that they are potential and you have interest in them?
I just saw a clip of a girl who walked up on Duke Dennis and said that she trying to crush, and he set her straight and explained to her that he's not going to respond to that well, and that if any girl walks up on him talking like that,
she's not gonna get a good response. We genuinely don't call women losers enough, and it's why some of them walk around with insanely large egos. If a man walked up on a woman and said, "I'm trying to crush," we call that dude out and call him a weirdo, call him a loser, all kind of things. This girl has enough confidence to do that to Duke Dennis and thought that it would actually work, or at the very least be cute. This is not me saying who gonna be the ladies. I'm saying who gonna have the balls to tell the ladies you're being a loser. Me. It's gonna be me. But a lot of y'all call a woman being quote unquote masculine. It's not masculine, it's overly aggressive. Some dudes have done that, and when they do, it's annoying. So the answer is not for women to start doing the exact same thing. I promise you, you would do so much better to be yourself than to try to fill the shoes of this thing that is just not you. And you gonna say that that's cap. But if it's a whole generation of dudes that's quote unquote hood maxing, you think it ain't girls out here doing the same thing? Some of y'all girls are trying too hard to be exactly like a girl that you grew up hating. Be your damn self.
They're getting left behind. Men in their 40s are the most single that they've ever been.
And also, women in the 40s who've never been married and never had kids are the happiest subgroup of the population.
Very true.
That's really important to talk about.
It's really important.
They are the happiest subgroup, and they've never been married and never had kids.
Yeah. So basically, us women are thriving in their careers and self-worth, refusing to settle for partners who distract their lives. And a lot of the men that were actually, spoken to in this survey have retreated to playing games and being dismissive of women because they're too bossy or they are too picky. It makes sense now. And I'm like, aha, okay.
So is this something that you guys are trying to convince yourself of? Because it doesn't sound like you really believe it.
What happened the first time someone went through your phone?
I got a divorce.
You were married?
I was married and he went through my phone, and yeah, I got divorced and I went with my baby daddy, and now I have a baby.
What about you, babe?
I got broken up with.
Aww. Yeah. Okay, hey, that's it for tonight.
Hers a little more recent.
Oh, really? Hey, so you're out here trying to heal, huh?
Yeah, we are.
He don't got money like you at ESTG.
Why don't he?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I had it.
Just because he ain't got no money, you left him?
Had to.
That ain't right. I don't like that.
If he's making more money than me, if I'm making more money than him,
You should help him get some more money.
How am I going to do that, though? If I have my own career, I'm doing what I'm doing.
A woman's supposed to be a helpmate.
I feel like a man is supposed to be that for a girl.
A man's supposed to be a leader.
You right.
You're supposed to help him be a better leader.
No. So I was in the wrong. Now I'm the bad guy. I'm always the bad guy.
Fine, you looking for a daddy.
I ain't looking for a daddy. I got my own money. I got my own money. I could do what I do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need a guy for money.
But you want one.
I want a man to be stable. If I was to leave him, I want him to
So he wasn't stable?
He was okay, but I was making more than him.
So he was stable though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So why are you leaving then? You said you just want.
Because he wasn't doing better than me. I need a guy doing better than me. And if he's not doing better than me, then
I guess.
everybody's different. Everybody's different. I just feel like that's...
In the study, researchers brought in a group of women and asked them to rank photos of two men where one was conventionally attractive and the other was not. Later, they were asked to do the same thing again. They were told that the attractive guy was also a subject of the study and had rated her low. The results showed a significant and consistent drop for the unattractive guy in the second rating, deemed as a way for those women to restore their sense of self-esteem after the ego hit of rejection.
Essentially trying to humble a man that never even humbled him. Trying to put that man even further down because I feel bad about myself.
The moment a man opens his mouth and he says, "I'm not a trick and I'm not a simp," is the moment I know I don't like that man anymore. Even if I thought I liked him a little bit and he starts saying, "I'm not a trick, I'm not a simp," I don't like you anymore. Cause why? Can you learn? I'm just like, what's wrong with being a trick and what's wrong with being a simp? Oh, you show love and you have money and you like to spend it because it comes back to you? When is that a bad thing? I'm a trick.
Girls, if you don't understand this thing, you'll be lonely forever. A lot of girls reject guys because they're broke, but being broke is not the problem. Staying broke is the problem. And I am not saying you should date a couch potato that does nothing all day. I'm saying that the best men out there are deadly ambitious, are gonna do whatever it takes. Some have made it, and some haven't made it yet. Everyone was broke once. But if you're not willing to be there in the building phase, to struggle together, to push him, to believe when no one else does, why would he want you around once he becomes the final product? Like, why would you choose someone who showed up when it was that easy? Exceptional men build empires, and exceptional women help them build. And you don't have to be equals, you don't have to be business partners, but you have to help him build. And not every girl can handle that. Final form takes time, and real recognizes real before the world does.
I actually don't hear a lot of people talking about how different breakups feel when you start dating like higher echelon men and higher value men. Like when you're dating like an average guy or even like a below average guy, you guys break up and like there's shit you can hate on. You can think like, wow, he was a loser, he like was a bum, he had no drive in his life, he didn't have a job, he was a horrible boyfriend, whatever. But when you date upper level men and then have to go through breakups with them, you can't say any of that. The guy you were dating was educated, made lots of money, had an amazing job, took care of himself, looks good, is tall, etc., and has lots of options. Like, there is nothing you can attack for your own ego. And on top of that, a lot of people in breakups love to be like, well, they're gonna regret that. They're gonna regret fumbling me. But when you're dating higher value men, they probably won't, because they can replace you like that. So yeah, I've raised my standard and I'm dating like way better guys now, but going through breakups with them is not for the weak.
I can't make this shit up. Last night, I approached this group of 3 girls. I just said, hey, I feel like y'all ain't boring. And the one that I really wasn't even interested in, but was closest to me, said, oh, you're cute. And she started getting closer to me, like locking arms, you know? So I'm seeing the rock on her finger. And I'm like, you're married. And she's like, no, I'm engaged. And I was like, what the? So her friend, after she heard that, said, she's still thinking about it. Change her mind. The friend is saying this. And then she's like, yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Change my mind. And then she starts unbuttoning my buttons on my shirt. I can't make this up. This is an evil world we live in.
Where are the good-looking men? Because I just got back from an event and I looked around and all the women, 10 on 10s. 10 on 10s, hair done, makeup done, outfits on point, 10 on 10s. And then I look around at the men and no effort. We're not asking for Liam Hemsworths, you know, like that would be nice to have, but we just want effort. We know you can put in an effort into a nice haircut or to a nice well-groomed beard or a nice shirt, a little light blazer. Like, effort, man, come on. It's just so unfair because everywhere you look around, they're just such beautiful, amazing, well put together women, and us straight girlies also need something nice to look at, you know? It's not a lot to ask.
And another thing, it's always the black women that know they're doing wrong that's always yelling, man, y'all business. What a woman does don't got nothing to do with y'all. It does. Because it's not just one woman. It's not just 10. It's thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of women all thinking alike, all saying the same thing, all gravitating to each other like flies to knowing y'all are all wrong. And you know why? That's because we don't mind each other's business as women. Ladies, we have to mind each other's business. So me as a black woman, a pick me, I'm going to mind y'all business. Because what you're doing is affecting the world. It's affecting other women. It's affecting little girls, little boys, and grown-ass men. Yes, I'm in your business.
Men don't care about men's mental health.
I swear some people don't hear the stupid that comes out of their mouth. It doesn't circle back to their ears. Men don't care about men's mental health. Why would we not? A lot of fellas struggle with poor mental health. The lack of resources are out there are so bad. Men actively go out of their way to create support groups for other men having these struggles. And as soon as they open, they get overwhelmed. To make your statement more accurate, phrase it like this. A lot of men feel like that no one gives a shit about their mental health. The only people I ever hear say that men don't care about men's mental health are the same people who then twist it, turn it around and make it about not men.
Because caring about men's mental health would be actually changing their actions, changing their ways.
Yes, like exercising more, have a good diet, get hobbies, build better social connections, etc., etc. That's not what she's getting at, is it?
Instead, they just want the women around them to feel more comfortable with their abuse.
And there it is, and that's why a lot of men feel like no one gives a shit about their mental health. Decentering men from their own issues. Well done, that's impressive.
Oh, and I hate a nigga always want to love going to war for their sister. Y'all nigga be going to war for a bitch. She's going around the city causing mayhem, just starting shit. She know her brother gonna come to her rescue. And your brother's not even tough. Your brother's just a mental patient. Both of y'all, actually. Let's really talk about it. He just don't know because he hasn't been to the doctor. Last time your brother been to the doctor was to get his nose swabbed to get a vaccine card. Both of y'all stupid dumb need to get the fuck city for real. Love starting shit and trying to go get their brother. What the fuck's he gonna do? He's emotionally disturbed. He's not tough. Y'all get that? It's correlated sometimes.
What I hate most about this conversation about what women are supposed to wear in the gym is not the pick-me's that agree with people policing what women wear. But I think what's irritating me the most is how we're acting as if people, men and women, were modest in the gym to begin with. From the 70s, where there was jazzercise and aerobics and fitness classes, to the 80s, moving on forward to today, the gym was never known for its modesty. This is a new concept. People in the gym community that's been in it for like 3 or more years, it's not a conversation. You're going to wear what you want to wear to show your progress because you're proud of your progress. So I wonder if it's just rage bait at this point.
Let's go with this idea that the gym was never modest, okay? Y'all continue to tell us that the patriarchy needs to change. We're not doing like we used to do, like our grandmothers, our mothers, our aunts, whoever used to do. We're not taking that from men, so you're just going to have to change and you're going to have to adapt. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Man's got to change. But then when a man says, hey, these outfits are getting out of hand. Well, we used to do it back in the 60s and 70s. These outfits are showing your entire body. Even these leave something to the imagination. As much as they're not wearing, you guys are worse than that. Y'all can see the actual lips, the actual body part sticking out. It looks like literal paint. Please go put some clothes on. But because y'all only want men to take accountability for the things that y'all deem important, then y'all keep on telling men to change that. But then y'all don't want to change or adapt yourself. Y'all want a man to be around y'all doing exactly what y'all want, but y'all never want to listen to what a man's got to say.
I'm a single mom of 3, okay? And regardless, I have to hold it down for my kids because I don't have a choice. I'm just so angry. Like, I just do everything for my kids on my own all the time. And it makes me so mad that these guys just come out here and have babies and they don't for their kids. And let me tell you who's a real gangster. Because it's not you. It's not you that's been in and out of prison not taking care of your kids. Because I'm sure that a lot of you women can relate. The gangsters are the ones out here raising our kids on their own, trying to figure out, because instead of making excuses, going to prison so we don't have to take responsibility.
Please stop saying that we have to be masculine just because we are on our own or independent. That's crazy, because men are not hollering, I'm gonna be feminine until a woman comes along and makes me masculine. If men start doing that, we're gonna be mad. We're gonna be disrespecting them.